Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over Cardano and my price predictions for the end of this cycle. So right now we have the Cardano chart pulled up, and I just want to take a moment to highlight the simple moving average, the 20-week. I discussed this in my last video on Bitcoin, and I said how I really like these moving averages for longer term trends, and generally when we're above it, it's a bullish uptrending market, and below it it's a downtrend. As you can see here, we've been below it for about, let's see here, 21 weeks, so that's a while. And most recently we had a big surge up and we came up to it and we rejected, so that's confirmed resistance at the moment. I would be very cautious on getting into this at right now because this is not a good looking chart right here. But if we were to get back above it, print a higher low, and hold this as support, that would be a very good looking chart. So the price prediction is not for the next week, it's not for the next month. I'd say be patient with this. I'd say if you're in it for the longer term, this could be very great. It could be a very good investment if you were seeing it at these levels down here. And for the price prediction, I'm going to use the Cardano to Bitcoin ratio. So basically this is valuing Cardano against Bitcoin and not USD. So as you can see here, we've got this very different looking chart, and this is tracking its valuation against Bitcoin. And this is a lot different because Cardano could be moving up in USD, but moving down in this ratio because its Bitcoin would be moving up more. So I think this ratio is very important because why would you want to put your money in Cardano if you could put it in Bitcoin and have it being outperformed? So definitely keep an eye on ratios where you could always have your money in something else doing better, because the opportunity cost of having your money in Bitcoin or having your money in Cardano is not having it in Bitcoin, which historically speaking, Bitcoin is obviously a lot less risky. It's been around longer. It's proven itself over time. Cardano's much newer in that because it was released a lot later. Um, yeah, so one of the things I want to look at is this peak right here. We didn't quite make it, but we got pretty close. That's about 0.0006, if I said that right. And if we went back up there, it would be about 160% move. So if we went that 160% up in Cardano, that would bring us back up to $2.60. But that's at the current Bitcoin price. So if Bitcoin were to go up, and towards the end of the cycle, this is my prediction. So if Bitcoin were to go up to around $100,000 and we got back up to this level of 0.00062, that would mean that Cardano would be at a price of $6.20. And I think that's a very realistic target because, it's a 2x from this high, which makes sense with Bitcoin at the current price or at the current high of around $69,000. That's a little bit, that's like a 50% move. So um, obviously it would be a better investment in Cardano than Bitcoin at that level because you get a higher return. It's also more risky. But as far as the Cardano Bitcoin chart, I do want to note that usually these peak during the mania phase, the final spike, like the paradigm shift. So you can see how in 2018 that's what happened. It was absolute mania for like a month or two, and that's like people were investing very far out the risk curve. That was the end of the cycle. People had a lot of extra money that could just throw around, and they went very far out the risk curve because they had higher returns. Everything was just straight up. They thought they couldn't lose, and that's how these things, really kick off. Because Cardano has a much smaller market cap than Bitcoin, it's capable of doing much higher multiples. So if you want to go far out the risk curve, maybe it's not the best idea right now when the markets are more bearish, but later on when they prove to be, in an uptrend, bullish momentum, that's when you would want to be investing in something of a smaller market cap. So yeah, $6.20, guys, I think that's a very good and realistic target. I'm not going to put out predictions that it's going to $100. I'm gonna be trying to I'm gonna try to be as realistic as possible with you guys. I don't think, you know, $100 is realistic. I don't think $50 is realistic. I want to be straight with you guys. I don't think any of these other influencers calling for crazy levels are very level-headed or open-minded about what's actually possible. Um, and you mind you, that's already a really crazy move. You know, 500%, 550%. Yeah, that's a lot, obviously, but you gotta be careful with the downside. You don't want to be too far invested. You don't want to be like too over positioned in your capital because again, it's very far out the risk curve. Definitely don't recommend having a portfolio solely of altcoins because that can end very badly for you. Um, but yeah, that's basically it, guys. So if you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate a like, a subscribe, and as always, guys, have a great one. I'll see you in the next video.